we're experiencing the vibrant Chinese province of Shandong, starting here in Qingdao, the beer capital of China. So many great adventures ahead in this episode of Charming China. Hello, I'm Greg Granger.
Ahead in Shandong province, Qingdao and its famous beer museum. Weihai with its Tower of Happiness and abundance of fish and crabs. Yantai with its Kung Fu school. And Zebo, big on barbecues and this amazing glass blowing factory. Good morning, Qingdao. These boisterous bells are getting ready to celebrate China's National Day. Even the youngsters have high spirits for that big day. We're starting our time in the waterfront city of Qingdao down on the city's big pier with our guide, Ching.
Sunday morning, and we're seeing much of Qingdao's population of 10 million people. They're coming out on this pier.
Yeah, this is a Gentian pier. They love come here for the beautiful sunshine.
Yeah.
They like dressing up.
They sure do. I'm seeing people dressing up all over. Very, very fancy costumes. It's an excuse to wear their very best gear on a Sunday, eh?
And they like taking photos and posting on their social media.
Yeah.
One of Qingdao's most famous attractions is the headquarters for Qingdao Beer. They not only make it, but they have a beer museum, which attracts big crowds.
Ni hao. Vivian, the beer queen at the Qingdao Beer Museum, is welcoming us with this big jug of beer.
Yeah, so here now we're at the Qingdao Beer Museum. It is China's first museum dedicated to beer.
Started in 1903
1903.
by the British and the Germans. Well, a lot of very realistic action, real beer being poured down here in this museum.
Actually in this museum there are two parts. The first part is about the history of Qingdao beer, back to 1903. And the second part we can see some early age production line. And we can know how to make beer. We can even see some brewing kettle.
Enormously big brewing kettles from the day. They've kept the production line. They still produce beer here, you know.
Yeah, still produce beer here.
And you can have a taste.
That tasting is part of the tour. But even outside we see evidence of the city's beer culture. Beer poured directly into plastic containers to be carried home. Qingdao, as we've identified, is famous for its beer, but it's also famous for its seafood. The seafood markets are packed with a wide assortment of the ocean's precious catch. Great to see, and even better to taste, as Minnie and I sample later that day.
Cheers to Qingdao, home of beer and a seafood feast. What have we got?
Wow, check it out. Prawn, big prawn, marinated oyster, octopus, and spicy clam, and also dumplings with clams.
Dumplings with clams.
Yeah.
Great feast to see out our time in Qingdao.
Let's have a try and enjoy it.
We've travelled north of Qingdao to the city of Weihai, which I discover is famous for its dedication to happiness. Now this is the Tower of Happiness with our guide for this city, Melissa Zhang.
We're now at the Gate of Happiness of Weihai.
The Gate of Happiness, an almightily big gate, and why does it warrant a big gate?
Well, because you know Weihai is the happiest city of China. We have won this award for 4 years.
So you've won the award 4 times for happiness. Why? Why?
The people here are so happy because we have the wonderful, outstanding climate, outstanding ecology. We have the clear sky, the vast ocean, and everything, the fresh air.
So basically, it's a symbol of being satisfied. Satisfied, content.
It's a peaceful city.
Weihai's theme of happiness extends to a big flock of white pigeons.
Here, what's the significance of the pigeons here?
Well, you know, pigeon is actually a sign of peace and happiness.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have a lot of pigeons here in the city.
Next day, we experience more birds, this time seagulls, as we boat over to an island of fishermen. Melissa is taking me to the island of Jiming.
there are a lot of fishermen living on this island, and they go out every day early in the morning, and they catch with a full load, and then they return.
So, Melissa, a big fishing community here.
Yeah, of course. I think there are about 60 fishermen families living on the Jiming Island, and 20 to 30 of them go out fishing every day.
Now, when they go fishing, they take this big net. They'll have the nets out at night, and when they bring them in, we're watching what an abundant catch they're making.
Yeah.
So many conch shells, so many crabs, so many small fish.
Yeah, everything offered in the ocean.
Exploring Jiming, Melissa shows me how many of the houses have thatched roofs. The material used, seaweed. So, Melissa, the genuine seaweed house.
Yeah.
Be cheap roofing here.
This is made from the dried algae, and this is very characteristic. It's a unique local house, local residence of Weihai and of Jiaodong Peninsula.
So how often would they have to replace this seaweed?
Well, actually every 30 to 50 years.
That's all right. Then it's onto the home of one of the fishermen to enjoy crabs that have been freshly caught and cooked. From that feast, we prepare to witness some of Weihai's innovative crafts being made. The first craft skill we watch today is inlaying tin. This Weihai workshop combines skilled craftsmen and women and displays all of their intricate products. Tin inlay, absolutely exquisite.
And incredibly beautiful as well.
So the tin here, this has been a practice that's been going on for what, the last century or so?
Yeah, about 100 years. It was actually dated back to the year of the Qing dynasty, the last dynasty of China.
And so we're seeing tin inlaid into all manner of products, a lot of cups, teas, and teapots.
And also you can see gold on the surface.
Gold overlaid over the tin. Well, so much variety here.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Check this painting. It's a lotus flower and it's made of pure tin.
So here's a painting, the original artwork and the tin inlaid here.
Yeah, and also this is a painting of the traditional seaweed house.
Okay, so we're seeing this lovely timber work and we're seeing the tin inlaid in there. And then finally a bit of history.
Actually, these two are antiques. They're from like 100 years ago when, do you know that Weihai used to be a leasehold for the UK?
True.
Yeah, actually at the beginning of the 20th century. And Weihai has been a leasehold for like 32 years. And these from that period.
Today we watch a fifth-generation tin inlayer at work, Mrs. Yu Jiangyu. Very, very skilled. This has been in her family for the last, 5 generations?
Yeah, she's actually the 5th generation inheritor of these techniques, the tin inlaid techniques. It is one of the most important intangible cultural heritage of Weihai City and also of Shandong Province.
Next craft, we inspect the art of huobobo, assembling artistic creations from floury dough.
This is the Chinese dragon. It's used when the fishing off season is over and the fishermen can finally drive their boats and go into the ocean.
The expert at huobobo we watch today is Mrs. Wang Junhao. She shapes a pig in seconds, whereas my attempts are woeful. Okay, now she's making these beautiful creations. We're seeing them all over her shop here. What will happen to them? Do they go into a museum? Does she sell them? What happens?
Some of them are in the museum and some of them are also selling to people. For example, as you can see, there are 2 rabbits downstairs and they're ready to sell to the baby's birthday.
But to cap it all off, the consolation is a taste of Mrs. Junhao's arty creations. That evening, we experience Weihai's commitment to the outdoors and a healthy lifestyle. We're at Dongpu Beach, at a place known as Leave No Trace Camping. A huge bonfire welcomes guests to a place dedicated to minimising negative impact on the environment. They dance the night away, enjoying a big fireworks display. fiery climax to our time in Weha.
We've travelled on here in Shandong province to this city, the city of Yantai. Now, they've preserved history so well here. Here is a 600-year-old street, Su Xiong Li, which has been preserved so well. We're about to explore that. And in its day, it was guarded by impressive warriors like this fellow.
Guiding us here is local lass Coco Yu.
So it's a prominent thoroughfare. When you're walking to work and walking home from work every day, you're seeing a lot of culture, rich, honest culture.
In this culture, you will see a lot of cute stores.
Yes.
The local people who live in this city for decades.
One of the many crafts practiced here is tie-dyeing. Master Hugh Wei here is the inheritor of the intangible cultural heritage art of dyeing using plants.
Now the tie-dye process,
Yes.
you're going to insert that, wash that in water.
Wash.
Yeah. In that goes. Nice rinse there. Out it comes. Now you're using the Isatis plant.
Yes.
Leaves of that create this brew up here, and in it goes.
In it goes, and out it comes. Tie-dye from Yantai's master tie-dyer.
Over there, I take here, and there's the final work of art.
Yes.
Close by, another master craft expert shows us her work, hand-embroidered adornments. She also makes gorgeous dresses, which Coco dresses up in today.
The symbol in China, the butterfly and the flowers. You can see the flowers and the butterfly. It's all the symbols of beauty in China.
From the historic centre of Yantai to a legendary waterfront icon.
We've travelled to one of China's legendary historic sites. This is the Punglai Pavilion Scenic Area, and it's studded with towers everywhere, monuments, walls, so much to see. It'll take us days. And of course, one of the great historic stories that emanates from here is the story of 8 immortals who travel from here to heaven.
It's a Chinese legend, which local guide Johnny Liu is happy to share with me today.
Well, you've got the statues of the 8 immortals there, the significance of these statues.
Yes, a very beautiful story about the 8 immortals across the sea.
Okay, so they started here and they travelled across the sea. Why? Why?
Because they want to cross the sea to the heaven to take part in a very big party. It's a very popular story and it's well known among Chinese people.
They do their magic, and we see a lot of people coming here to do their photographs. They're doing their magic.
Yes, yes, very beautiful.
We go on to enter the Memorial Gate to an area that's better known as Fairyland. There's cannons here that were once used to guard against Japanese invaders, while onshore locals collect small shells as souvenirs. What impresses me here are the vendors. This gentleman sells freshly picked grapes, while others carry an oven on the back of their push bikes. What's a cooking? How about baked potatoes and hot corn?
Okay, the mobile oven. Mr. Wu's been cooking the corn. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm going to eat it right now. I'm going to eat this right now. Look at this. Look at this. Hot, fresh. Let's see if it's tasty. Tasty? Yeah.
All part of the Yantai fairy tale experience. One final Yantai experience is nestled in the neighbouring mountains. We're at a world-famous martial arts school, the Kunyu Mountain International Shaolin Martial Arts Academy. Some 30 students are attending this school, having flown in from all over the world.
Wow. Are you getting something good from this?
A lot of things.
Yeah, like what?
I think first discipline. Discipline is a good thing that I've found here.
Yes.
Because we have a certain schedule programmed,
Yes.
which we need to follow up.
I've been here 9 months so far.
9 months is
Yeah.
a long, long time to come from France?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why did you come here?
Well, it was like a childhood dream to do something like this once in my life, like to commit fully into martial arts.
It's going really good. I'm really enjoying my time here.
Wow. And what are you getting out of it?
I feel like I'm getting a bit of discipline and also technique. Like, you get strength out of this training. It's really culturally fulfilling.
From the Kung Fu School, we prepare to travel to our final destination in Shandong Province. We've arrived in the city of Zebo, the birthplace of football. Local teacher Ching is going to show me Zebo's football museum.
Michelle, we're in the birthplace of football. Tuzhu, they call it. Tuzhu.
Yes, of course, and this is a big one.
So they have a museum here, which we're about to explore. And Tuzhu still practice today, having started in the Warring States period. Okay, let's go and explore it. Come on. Tuzhu Football Museum. Tuzhu, of course, was the big sport of the day.
Yes.
Used for training for soldiers?
Yeah, at first it's a military training program.
Okay, so we're looking at those military recreations of the day, and then we're looking here at this manufacturing process.
Yes.
They would take the leather.
Leather, yeah, they cut it into pieces, stitch them together, and stuff it.
Okay, and of course this is the whole process line here.
Of course.
Yeah, and we're seeing right at the end here, we're seeing all of the balls actually being manufactured. You call them the ju. The
Ju, yeah.
Okay.
Next, a demonstration of this version of football.
What?
Top ball skills are required here because players have to kick the ball through a small hole. On then to an amazing production process. This factory produces glass sculptures. And to achieve that, they enlist more than 100 glass craftsmen, all working closely together with red-hot furnaces, all tasked with creating their own masterpieces.
Cute little dog that's just been blasted here.
Yeah.
You've got more than 110 craftsmen, and amazing, well, it's dangerous. So many people blowing glass and creating glassworks.
Yeah. They're the real artists.
So they are. They're artists working under extreme temperatures. They're blowing the glass. They're shaping the glass. It's a real teamwork. So tell me, the artworks here sold in China and internationally?
It really has thousands of years history in China.
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually there are many colors. It's colored glass, and you can make it into every type, every form you want. But it depends on the artist here.
Every piece is unique. They produce hundreds of these coloured glass creations every day. And the very best of them are put on display. An awesome production process. The Chinese creative art for coloured glaze culture. Finally, the Zebo barbecue. The city is famous for this. It's a hands-on experience with entire districts given over to barbecue eateries.
You say they bring you this food and it's not totally cooked, is it?
Yeah, it's 70 to 80% cooked.
Yes.
We will do the rest work here.
Right.
And you can experience the whole way of cooking.
This whole tradition of barbecues is so big in Zebo. Zebo is known, it's famous for its barbecues. Why is that?
Well, it's a long story. It's not only because of the barbecue.
Yes.
You know, at first it's popular because of some college students.
College students got stuck here, did they not, in COVID? They got to live here?
The college students in Zebo,
Yes.
they got stranded here because of the epidemic.
It looks like barbecue is a big way to celebrate.
Yeah.
How often do you come for the barbecue here in Zebo?
Very often.
Very often.
2 weeks to once in 2 weeks.
And who's eating here? Well, families for starters, but also big groups of celebrating workers. The Zebo barbecue, ending our time in Shandong province. In the meantime, all credit goes to China's Beijing Capital Airlines. They're now flying directly from Australia to Shandong province. We enjoyed their top-rate service on a flight directly from Sydney to Qingdao. They're also offering direct flights from Melbourne to Qingdao. Beijing Capital Airlines. Thanks for connecting us directly to Shandong province for the amazing experiences that we enjoyed.